I had a rule that at all my rallies, even when they're really big, I would stand in front of a flag and greet every single person and hear their stories and learn their struggles. And that was always touching to me, that they would put their faith in me or in any of us.
Yeah.
But we've been in such a rush because we have to get off to the next event, so we haven't been able to stop and do that. And I want you to know out there, I haven't forgot about you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Canuck News. Hope you're having a wonderful day. In the previous clip, we're going to be touching on some clips today from Mr. Pierre Poilevre, his attitude towards Canadians, who he is as a person, which I think has been going pretty good for him, seeing as he has caught a lot of eyes with these past comments. And people forget that this is Mr. Pierre at his finest. He is a debate king. Could I just remind y'all to please hit me with that HBO special? That's to help a brother out with that like and subscribe. Let's start the video.
Only in Canada could someone start where I began and get to this stage. I was born to a single mother and adopted by school teachers who raised me to believe in the incredible Canadian promise that anyone who worked hard could do anything. That promise feels broken today. Many of you worried about paying your bills, feeding your families, or ever even owning a home. You're worried your kids are in danger. But I'm here to say it doesn't have to be this way. With change, we can restore the Canadian promise so that hard work gets you a beautiful house on a safe street under a proud flag. We can do it with hope for a change.
Congratulations to Mr. Pierre Poilevre for that wonderful speech, heartfelt by a lot of Canadians. It's been on the topics for a lot of newscasts, a lot of podcasters, that with this speech, he actually almost teared up. And he was an honest man. Like, it's something that you don't see from most candidates in these political runs. But this is the guy. One thing that I've noticed myself when it comes to conservatives and liberals is that in the Liberal Party, there's a little bit of a difference in their approach and their moral basis of their camp, where I felt like liberals mainly talked a lot about personal care and self-preference, kind of like your self-identity. And with conservatives, I felt like there was a lot of family talk and growing as a nation as well as growing as a people and protecting your rights, whereas I felt more family-oriented on the conservative side, where on the liberal side there was not really that talk of family or anything that had to do with building the nuclear family. Once again, though, that's my personal opinion on my experience with any type of liberal compared to conservative candidate. And I will stand for who I believe will benefit me and my family and my future for my family, as I am and as I will be. Now we're going to get into a little softer side of Pierre, him explaining some of his family, his personal battles at home, what he has to endure, which made him more empathetic and more sympathetic towards families. Also, why I believe he's one of the best candidates to become Canada's next prime minister.
We have two great kids. We've got little Cruz. He's 3 years old. He's very ambitious, curious, inquisitive, and I know that he's going to do great whatever he does. I think he'll be a merchant or something. He likes to trade. He wants something from you, he'll pick something else up and bring it over and offer it as a trade. So maybe he'll be a commodities trader or something. And then little Valentina, she has some special needs. She's 6 years old and she's nonverbal right now. And so she has a hard time communicating with us. But we've learned to take her cues and really celebrate the raw authenticity that she has. She's totally real. Like what you see is what you get, and that's what I love about her. She has none of the games that people play to put on an air of this or that feeling. She's just like, you get exactly what's inside her is what comes out of her. And what's special about that is when she gives you that burst of love, it's like really powerful. But I also think about like what's her life going to be like? How is she going to pay her bills when she's older? What will her life look like when she's 60? And I probably won't be around by then. I was a late bloomer. I think I was 39 when we had her. So when she's up in her years, I won't be there. So I think about how do we build up a nest egg for her so that she can have a good life. And then I think about a lot of other families that are perhaps not as fortunate as us who have a child with a disability. How do they pay their bills?
And I feel that with a prime minister who is more family-based, not business-based, he's going to be thinking about Canadians. He's not going to be thinking about mainly only the economy, which Mr. Carney is focused on the economy, but he's not remembering that there is people that power this economy, and putting $125 billion of extra spending is not going to help us right now. Pierre is thinking about cuts to our taxes, cuts to our expenses, cuts to families that are young trying to own a home and start their family, which is the Canadian dream, which is the Canadian promise at the end of the day. To wrap things up, I just want to put into perspective that I believe Mr. Pierre is one of the greatest candidates for this generation's most important elections vote, and I will be casting my ballot, which I hope y'all go out and vote for. And to wrap things up, if you could please hit me with that HBO special. That's that help a brother out, with that like, that subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.